My name's Joe. I'm 61 years old. I grew up in the Midwest on a small, I guess you'd call it a farm. I've ran a business for the last 30 some years of my life. I've owned my own business for the last 30 some years of my life. And I own another business or a small business now. But because of that, I can weld, I can build things, I can build, if I need something, I make it. I can rebuild hydraulics. I install off-grid solar. I build overland trailers. And for most of my life, I could not reliably keep the kitchen counter clean. It's not laziness, and it's not a character flaw. It's not a bad thing. It's called ADHD. And if you're an adult and you're in the same place who's quietly been losing the same fight, where you can't have somebody over because you're embarrassed that you didn't get the kitchen counter cleaned or the floor or anything for that matter, I built something for you. I built it because nothing on the shelf that I bought, and I bought a lot of stuff, or read or anything, was working for me either. The drugs, there's drugs for stuff like this. I guess there depends. I don't know anything about them, whether they work or not. But just to give you a quick background of who I am, because you're taking advice from somebody you don't know. I'm not a doctor. Well, maybe you're not taking advice, but either way, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I have no degree in psychology, and I have no degree. I graduated from high school with a pretty close-knit group of people in a small town. And what I do have is 61 years of living inside this brain. And it hasn't all been a picnic, and a whole career built of figuring out how things actually work and how I got to make things work to do what I do instead of how my manual says they work. I've pretty much probably never followed a manual the correct way. And that's just going against the grain because I'm not wired that way. But I spent over the last year working with AI tool, artificial intelligence, to take what I learned the hard way and turn it into something that somebody else can pick up and use. And it's not theory, it's actual life experience. The field notes that I'm going to give you, and I'm going to be straight with you all the way through, including about who this should be for and who this is not for, or basically who should buy this and who should not, because it is an item that is listed in a store at the end. This whole planner, this whole 3 stages. But here's what happens when somebody with ADHD buys a cleaning planner. They pick it up, they take it home, or however they got it, they download it, and then they open it up, and it's got 6 beautiful colors, fancy script and headers, little drawings of brooms, and everything is all laid out real packed in this nice little thing. And there's a page in there called Daily Cleaning Routine. And you look at it, you open it up, and it has 42 line items. 42. You look at that page for about 9 seconds, probably a little less, because that's a long time to stare. And then you close it. And you feel worse than before you bought the damn thing. Because now you feel incapable because you can't do that. You now got proof in print that you can't do the simple thing that was listed there. And it wasn't simple, it was 42 things. That's not a motivation problem. That page got designed by somebody whose brain, or brains, sorts and filters automatically. They just go with the flow. They can process that all at one time without them ever noticing that it's happening. Yours doesn't do that. You see all 42 items all at one time, and at the same volume, all at once, and your mind does what anything else does when everything gets overloaded. It shuts down. And mine did too. Mine does too. Mine still does on a lot of things. A planner you can't open isn't a planner. I don't know, it's something you start a fire with now because it's useless. It made it worse. It's a receipt for one more thing that didn't work. That's exactly what it is. I started from one rule. If a page can't be finished, it can't be in the book. It doesn't belong. It should not be there. It's not that it's wrong, it's just, it's not gonna work for our situation, which is ADHD. But when you start this, Module 1 is the home reset, cleaning and daily upkeep. One of the most important ones because that's where we are every day. We're in our space. It's only 8 pages, but it's all on purpose. It's all basic, exact, there's no fluff. It's what you need. The daily page has 3 short blocks, morning, midday, and night. 5 or 6 things each, not 42, not 22, not 15, 5 or 6 things each. And down in the corner there's a box that says bed made, sink empty, 1 load of laundry done and moved. So that's what it's all about, is it's teaching your ADHD to work for you. That's a finished day. That box is the most important thing in the whole module because you did complete it. You didn't complete the whole house. That's not what this is about. This is to train your ADHD to work for you. Because on a bad day, and you know the ones I mean, 3 check marks and permission to stop is the entire difference between doing something correct and doing something that's not done at all or correct at all. There's a page called Speed Clean by Time. So every 5 minutes, there's a 15-minute, there's a 30, you set your timer has what you want. And it's based on the task that you have to do. Because cleaning the kitchen is a paralyzing instruction. And set a timer for 15 minutes is, okay, that's what I got. It's one you can actually start. It's one that's definitive. And the rule printed right on that page is, and this is key, when the timer rings, you're done. You're not unfinished, or if it's unfinished, it's fine. Stopping on time is the skill. That's what you're trying to teach your brain to do, is to function in blocks. There's a supplies page where every single item is something that you can purchase right at a big box store. You can walk into the hardware store, you can walk into the grocery store. Everything is there. And that's what it's about. There's no boutique enzymes. There's no concentrate that you have to do all these funky things to. There's no subscription that you have to subscribe to get your stuff sent to you on a monthly basis. And there's a page of 16 cleaning hacks that all run, and this is kind of cool, they all run on baking soda, vinegar, dish soap, a dishwasher tablet, and a lemon. And they work incredible. You'd be amazed. You gotta check it out. I cut every single one that turned out to be a shopping list wearing a hat because we don't need that. That's not what it's about. We don't need to make things more complicated as it is. Module 2 is decluttering in depth, because this is where people actually get stuck. This is the biggest problem of all, is the decluttering. Every decluttering guide gives you the same list, every one of them. There's not one that I haven't seen that doesn't say junk drawer, closet, garage. That's what they say. Junk drawer, closet, garage. Fine, that list is not the problem. The problem is the moment. It's the moment you pick up an object in your hand and your brain just shuts off. It stops. What do you do with it? This is where you need to be prepared prior to picking that product up. So Module 2 is mostly about that moment. The maybe pile gets its own page, but you have these segments. One box. The box is already there. You write 2 dates on the box in permanent marker on tape, however you want to do it. Today, you write today's date that you started filling the box, and 90 days later from now. You can put 120 days if it makes you feel better. Tape it shut, put it out of sight, and on that date, if you haven't opened it, you load it in the car, sealed, and you donate it. Obviously, if there's something valuable in there, you may want to sell it, but you get rid of it. It's gone. Because if you needed something in there, you would have gone in and got it within that 90, 120 days. That's just how it is. That's how we all are. I've got boxes that are still sitting there from 3 years ago. And that would have made it a keep if you had opened it. Sentimental items get their own page too. And rule number 1 is do that pile last. That's kind of the hard one. Do that pile last. Starting there is why most decluttering projects die, why they fail within a week, because you're hitting the real hard stuff of decluttering. Cluttering is because of sentimental items. Photograph the object, then let the object go. Keep one piece of the set, not the whole set. If you start grieving about it, stop. You know, that's just how it works. Close the box. Come back another day. That's how it works. Just come back another day. That's not quitting. That's just doing it in your mind's time. That's knowing your equipment. Then there's a page called, and this is kind of cool, where it actually goes. This is where you always see the 3 places, but no, we need a donate, a sell, a recycle, and a giveaway. That's all we got. There's no keep. There's no, well, there is a keep, but there's no store back in another thing with real destinations on it. Habitat Restore takes furniture and lumber. Animal shelters want your towels. Best Buy and electronic stores will take all your old electronics rather than you throwing away thinking that they're going to go to a landfill forever. They can be repurposed. And 2 rules that save you more time than anything else in the module, and these are the 2 that you have to stick by. Number 1, and it's important, if it won't sell for $20, donate it. Your time today is worth way more than $20. And $20 is a minute's time today. It's that crazy. Number 2, everything leaves the property within 7 days. Whatever is a decluttering item leaves the day within 7 days, because bags that sit at the door, they stop being bags and they're turned into furniture. That's exactly what they are. Furniture that was supposed to be donated that you don't use turns into stacks. But module 3 goes outside. Outside is just as important as inside, but there's 12 pages here because there's some real technical stuff or more critical stuff, which is why I'm sitting out here right now doing my outside. First thing it tells you is that outside isn't one job. It's 10. It literally is. It may be 12 in some cases. It may be 8 in some cases, depending on what you have and do have in your lawn, garden, whatever. But your entry, your deck, your lawn, your garden beds, your fence, your curb, your pool, your sidewalks. You walk your property one time with a pen and you fix nothing. You just number every item that bothers you in order, and by which one bothers you the most every single day. Then you go do number 1. There's a page on what can actually live outside and what can't. We fill our garages with stuff, boxes and boxes in our garage that, unless it's a climate control, which most aren't, it's indoor stuff being slowly destroyed outside. Cardboard in a garage that's not climate controlled, meaning AC, that keeps your moisture down, and rodent free. Cardboard is a rodent nest and a moisture wick. Concrete floors sweat year round. Everything comes up off the floor. That's rule number 1. And there's a full page on fuel and chemicals. These are kind of cool because I've never seen one in a decluttering list or a cleaning list at all. Those are the red flags that you got to really pay attention to them. Gasoline never goes in the house. In fact, it technically shouldn't even be in your garage. It should be in the shed if it's going to be inside something. Or the basement. Never goes in the basement. And never anywhere near a water heater or a pilot light. Propane never goes in the garage. Not even in the garage or the shed. It's supposed to be outside. That's the rule. Outside, upright, period. End of story. It'll be fine. Let 3 feet of snow. It's going to be fine. Pool chemicals. Chlorine never gets stored next to acid. Put them together. Acid. Fertilizers. There's all kinds of stuff that you mix stuff together, it turns into a gas. And you're making chlorine gas in that specific case, which if it leaks can start a fire of leaking into where the furnace ignites. The gas follows the floor. Causes garage fires every single year. And almost nobody puts it in their planner. Actually, somebody may have, I've never seen it. It ends up with a family chore chart. Write the names on it of all the family members, hang it where people walk past daily. So you see it, it's in your face. Because outside work is the easiest work, believe it or not, it's the easiest work in the house to share. Not outside, you don't put the planner outside or put the thing on the wall. And most of us never ask about what do we got to do. So let me be straight about who this is for and who it's not, because it's not for everybody. And it's not for, and there's the gray area for people that, I don't know, it's not a treatment. I'm not a clinician. This isn't medical advice. I'm not giving medical advice. If you need it, you got to call somebody in that field. And if you do think, and if you think you might have ADHD and you've never talked about it to a professional, you never got tested, go do it. It's painless. They gave me the first step for me was they gave me a piece of paper. I filled it out, and the doctor says, "Yep, you got it. Let's go to the next step." But this doesn't replace it, and I'm not pretending that it does. What this is a systematical brain training item for adult ADHD. It's a set of printable systems built by somebody with the same wiring you've got. And it's printable because when you've gone through the first set and next month you're going to do it again, reprint it. Somebody who got tired of buying planners designed for people whose brains sort themselves out on their own is who this has evolved from. If you got a drawer with 3.5 or 3 half-used planners in it, this is for you. This is the proper. There's no fluff. All the crap's taken out of it, and you're exactly who I made this for. And I have everything listed. It's actually up in the notes, but they're listed in 3 modules. You can buy a module at a time. They're not expensive at all. Print them all you want. You download it. You can print it 1,000 times. Hand them out to your neighbor. Print it, hand it out to your neighbor. That's okay. I'm okay with that. But the link's down below. You can buy one at a time. Buy the first one. If the first one works, buy the package. You can buy a group thing if you buy all 3. But you don't type it off the screen. It'll be a pain in the ass. You'll spend hours. You'll pull your hair out. Just tap it. Start with one module, the home reset. If it works for you, 2 and 3 are sitting there right there, and all 3 are sitting there in a bundle if you want that also. And I think I might even put 2 and 3 in a bundle because if you like the first one, you can buy the second 2 as a bundle. They're instant downloads. You print them as you go. If you really get into it, really want to, print the set, go have them laminated, and you can write on there with erasable markers, and you always use the same set. Wipe it off when you're done. Start over, repeat. The first page of every single module is where you want to start and where you're going to get all that. They're all the same. That's how you start. It brings you into starting it the proper way, so you keep going, so you don't lose, so you don't stop. That's a win. That's how this works. 1 page at a time, 1 timer at a time, 1 piece at a time, 1 box at a time. Thanks for sitting with me. Follow along. Follow my channel. It is Sharper After 55, and all of this is going to be linked, and there's other stuff. All of this is it's pretty good stuff. It's clean. And it works well. But I appreciate it. Follow along, like, subscribe, however it works, whatever platform you're seeing this on, and I do appreciate it.